This video has been sponsored by Abueducates. So this is me at the age of 1, and after 17 years, this is me at the age of 18, which means it's time for me to start university. In other words, signing a contract to be in debt to the government for the rest of my life, which some people are fine with it, but I wasn't too fine with it myself. So I sat down and thought to myself, how can I try to avoid this as much as I can to the best of my ability? And I came up with a way to self-fund my university degree. So hopefully in this video, I'll be breaking down how I paid for my first year at university and how you guys can do it as well, and some of the tips and tricks behind this entire thing. But before getting into the video, let me tell you about today's sponsor. Now today's sponsor is from Abueducates, and yes guys, it's my own company. I'm the owner and founder of Abueducates, and you can tell from the name of the company that Abueducates is all about educating people. Now I've been tutoring for as long as I can remember, since the age of 16. Like I started to officially tutor, and I've been tutoring GCSE students since the age of 16, and then last year, since I got my A-level results, I started to also tutor A-level students in biology and chemistry, and for GCSE I tutor maths, English and sciences, and I do other subjects such as Italian, Spanish, sociology. Whatever you really need me to do, I'm basically going to be there and try to do it to the best of my ability. And on top of that, we have like 10 official ebooks right now, and like half of them are for free, and the other half, they do come at a price that you can pay, but it's very, very cheap, to be fair. And I wanted to talk quickly about my tutoring ebook and my business ebook. These two ebooks are basically ebooks that give you like financial advice. So basically, I'm not some sort of like rich guy or whatever, yeah, but these ebooks, if you purchase them and you have a read through them, I basically just talk about how I set up my company and how I set up all of this stuff, and how I'm able to be tutoring all of these hours, because I tutor every single day, you know, how I find customers and some of the tips. So these ebooks are going to be hopefully very helpful, and if you want to purchase them, by now I already posted on my Instagram like a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, alhamdulillah, you know, whatever it is, like people are actually buying it, and hopefully it comes to benefit. So if you do want to purchase these ebooks, the tutoring one and the business one, hopefully you can use some of these tips, not to just self-fund your university degree, but even if you're one of those guys who want to partially self-fund your degree, or you don't really care, you just want to earn some money at university, hopefully you can purchase the ebooks, and hopefully they'll be doing a little bit of help, inshallah. Okay, so first things first is that my main source of income is tutoring. Now I do believe tutoring is probably the best job you can get, especially at university, or even if you're a sixth former, because when I was in sixth form I used to tutor GCSE students, right? So I feel like it's such an amazing job, because especially because of COVID now, since everything like kind of went to online, it makes it so easy for you to just switch on your laptop, sit down, and then just do like hours of tutoring. Now the issue is, how do you find customers, how do you set up your own business and all of that stuff? And tutoring is something that a lot of people do, so obviously it makes it competitive. But at the same time, the good thing about tutoring is that because you're providing value and you're teaching students and it's educational, it's always going to be there. It's one of those things that are always there, and students are always trying to learn, especially during exam season or mock exam season. All of that time, students are more willing to revise, and because obviously education is so important, a lot of parents as well care a lot about education, so they will tell their children to go get a tutor, and they'll be paying for it basically. So it's not really a problem when it comes to like finding customers, but it's just that because the competition out there is quite hard to like kind of get over, that's why a lot of people find it hard. Now again, I've made so many videos on tutoring and on finances, because obviously it's my main source of income. So really, when it comes to tutoring, you just have to find a lot of customers and, you know, have your own notes and do lots of hours if possible. And again, I'll put some videos down there in the description below that I've made before talking about finances, and that's when I went a little bit more in depth for tutoring. But here I just wanted to more like give you a generic sort of advice and guide as to what you can do to earn money, especially at university. And one thing a lot of people tend to go wrong in is that, yes, you want to earn a lot of money, but where is the money going? Is the money staying? So what's important is that you don't just earn money, but you do kind of save up that money. Because I know a lot of people at uni, on a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, they would be spending like £40 on a meal with their friends, and if I'm being honest, that's a lot of money, you know, being spent, especially on a meal, on one day out. Like here and there, yes, like on a motive such as Eid or whatever, yeah, here and there it's fine to go and spend some money with your friends, get a milkshake, get a mule. But some people eat outside like every single day, yeah, and eating outside every single day, KFC, McDonald's, whatever it is, yeah, that a lot of the people have, it's quite expensive, I'll be honest. And before you know it, by the end of the month, you're spending an extra 200, 300 pounds, which is a lot of money. If you're being honest, you know, that's a lot of money. Now clothes is definitely another one of those things that's on the list. And obviously you're probably going to be like, Torab, you've been flexing on us with the Gucci belt for the last couple of years. But honestly, if you earn like a good amount of money and you decide to spend here and there, I feel like it's fine. But know where your priorities are, and also be like don't be one of those guys who goes and sees someone with some sick drip and you're like, that's it, I'm gonna go and spend some money and buy some clothes so that I can look good as well. Like, make sure you know what your priorities are, and when you're spending, especially if you're not earning as much money, try to be moderate when it comes to your clothes, when it comes to your food and all of that stuff, because maybe £2, £5, £10 won't make much of a difference. But remember, uni normally is 3 years at least, so the entire year you can be possibly saving £3,000 to £4,000 if you're one of those guys who just spend a lot of money on clothes and food and all sorts of stuff. So if you're being moderate, then maybe you save up £5 every single day. At the end of the year, you're going to see it's going to accumulate, and before you know it, it's a lot of money that you're saving, 2,000, 3,000, depending on your expenditures. Like, you can be making a lot of money that you literally save up. Guys, so basically I'm in the gym right now, but don't worry, it's fine, because it's a nice little chilling place and it's in between my sets, so it's fine if I'm taking some time out. But I wanted to talk to you guys quickly about some other ways in which you can make money. Now, this is not something that I personally done, but I know a lot of people who have done this, and that is you basically go in and you get some jobs such as CCTV, SIA, construction, and basically these are jobs in which you have to put some sort of investment into it. So you put some money into it. Normally the course, you have to take a course for it, and the course is like £200 to £300, sometimes £400, but there are discounts you can get. And basically you put this money in, you take the course, and it's like a week to 2 weeks of like a little bit of revising and studying, and once you actually do the test and you pass, then you can basically get this job. And the good thing about this job is that, one, the hourly pay is not as bad. You can get 11 to 12 pound an hour, and sometimes jobs such as CCTV is not the hardest job out there. And the good thing is that when it comes to tutoring, for example, you have to find in customers, and you can only do like 2 to 4 hours a day, whereas this kind of jobs you can do long shifts. Like, you can do like 10 hours, 9 hours shift in one day, and that can be really good if you're one of those guys who want to leave the Saturday, Sundays out to only work and then Monday to Friday revise. So that's a good plan. And another thing is that it's better than jobs such as retail, such as like working in Primark or like in a food company, in my opinion at least, is because a lot of the times if you want to go and work in Primark or whatever, it's easier because all you have to do is just apply and then go through the interview, and then you can just go, and if you pass you can make money. Whereas in this case, what you're doing is that you're actually applying for an entire course, and because you're doing this course and you have the certification for it, then it's probably a better option for you to go by. So, you know, you might as well consider that as well. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that you could possibly get bursaries from your university. In fact, I think all universities literally out there give you some sort of bursary, so you should apply for the bursary. At my university, the bursary is like £1,700. In most universities is 1.5 grand, so like basically 1.5 to £2,000. That's how much you're getting in general. So you can be having no like actual problems. Obviously, if you have some sort of like problems like mental problems or disabilities and stuff like that, if you fit in that category, then you can apply for more bursary. But in general, you get a lot of bursary anyway. Some unis get up to 3 to 4K bursary, which is crazy, you know. So definitely look out for bursaries, because that's a quick way to make a good amount of money. And obviously the bursaries come in installments, and you can save that up and then basically pay for this year or the next year. Another thing that you could possibly do is that there are other ways to make money online, so you can be buying and selling stuff and all sorts of stuff. But one thing that I did want to kind of mention here especially is to invest into cryptos or stocks. Now obviously when it comes to the permissibility of investing into stocks and stuff like that, do your own research and speak to your sheikh or your teacher as to what is halal and haram. But other than that, once you know something's halal and you want to go and invest in it, then I would definitely suggest or advise to invest a little bit at least into cryptocurrencies. Now basically crypto has been going up the last couple of years, especially since the lockdown began. Like Bitcoin and all of that stuff has been going up like crazy, yeah. And probably you guys know that recently, if you do invest, yeah, like a couple of days ago there was this crazy market crash, whatever, yeah, it went down by like 27%, and you know, whatever I invested and a lot of people invested, you made some sort of loss, right? So yeah, sometimes it happens, like you can be making big losses, but that's why I say only invest an amount that you are willing to lose. So invest an amount that if you lose, it won't really impact your life or your finances as much. Don't be earning like £1,000 a month and then invest everything you have into crypto. That's not what I would advise. In fact, invest a certain percentage or proportion of your money that you earn every month. And you know, you never know, inshallah, like crypto has been going up in general, and like think about it, like if it's a bit complicated for me to go through the entire process, but I will leave some videos down there in the description below that you can watch to see the history of money and how it works, and why a lot of people like Elon Musk and everyone is basically investing into crypto because they do think it's the, you know, the new future or whatever. But you know, Allah knows best, like this kind of stuff. Like all I can say is that personally, I wouldn't want to miss out the chance, and if you know that it's halal to invest into it and you've done your research, then why not invest a certain proportion of your money in there? And you know, maybe in like a year time or like a couple of months time or sometime soon you can be earning big money. But don't expect to be some sort of overnight success that you put £5 in and you're just gonna earn so much money. That's not how it works. And in fact, there is a chance that you could possibly make big losses as well, especially with stocks and stuff like that. Like, you know, it happens. That's why I would say invest a portion that you can afford to lose and invest like regularly, and make sure that you keep it in for like a long term, rather than, you know, just doing like daily stock buying, like investing today and then taking out and then investing into a different company. Rather just watch some videos, do your research, and then, you know, invest, and hopefully you'll be rich. Now my final thoughts before actually ending the video is that this year was COVID-19 and it's still there, you know, so obviously the restrictions and stuff like that for some people was really bad, like finding jobs wasn't easy and whatnot. But in my case, for example, it was really good because uni was online, everything was slightly easier, I didn't have to travel. Tutoring was online as well, it like fully shifted online, so it was easier for me to do many hours sitting down, opening up the laptop and just, you know, doing a huge amount of hours. And next year is probably not going to be the same, like it's not going to be online as much, and uni is going to be there. The exam pressure is probably going to be much harder because I'm a first year uni student, and next year is going to be second year, and there's so much coming up. And my plan has always been to try and self-fund my uni degree, either fully or at least partially. So next year, depending on how much I earn through passive income, through YouTube, through tutoring, through my company, all of the other stuff, put that together, however much I earn, and I will try my best to try and self-fund uni for as long as I can. For even if I can't fully fund it, I will try to partially fund it. And I feel like that sort of mentality is something that a lot of people should have, in my opinion. So, you know, even if you feel like 9,250 is too much for you, I would still recommend you to try to pay, even if it's 3,000, or just for you to know within yourself that you're able to commit yourself to a job, earn enough, save enough, and also pay for your uni loans. And hopefully if you have the right intention, inshallah, it will help out. And with working at uni, like, I feel like it's such a blessing because you learn so many skills and you meet so many different people. So at the end of the day, the advice is to try and work at uni. And even if you're one of those guys who don't want to self-fund your degree, you want to take student loans, whatever you want to do, still you can use some of the tips from here and hopefully earn some money at university, and hopefully it comes to some benefit. But other than that, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Most importantly, I hope you guys benefited from the video. And as always, check out my ebooks, check out my company Abueducates, all of that stuff. Check out my social media, links will be down there in the description below. And other than that, I'll see you in my next video, inshallah. Take care, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.